We're hearing lots in the news about Bitcoin. But what exactly is it? How does it work, and what impact will it have in the wider world? In this video, we'll go through everything you need to know. Welcome back to another episode of Finance Basics. We won't tell you what to do with your money, but we will equip you with the best information available to make your own smart choices and become financially free. Remember, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Subscribe to the channel now, so you never miss any of our latest and greatest videos as soon as they're released. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at what Bitcoin is. Let's get started. What is Bitcoin? People once traded physical assets, such as gold and silver, for goods and services. But these were hard to carry and vulnerable to theft and loss, so banks offered to hold them for us, issuing notes that proved the wealth we had in the bank. Eventually, the link between these notes and the commodities they represented was broken. Instead, governments said the notes themselves had value. We trust banks to honor the value of our currency, so that we can accept cash as payment and trust others will accept it from us. A cryptocurrency is essentially a digital version of cash that exists outside the established framework of national governments and central and private banks. It enables two people to exchange it or buy and sell with it without the likes of Barclays or PayPal needing to facilitate the payment. In other words, each party to the transaction trusts that the asset being exchanged has inherent value. How do Bitcoin payments work? Making a Bitcoin payment is as simple as sending an email. You transfer Bitcoins from your digital wallet, obtained when you buy the currency from a crypto exchange, to someone else's using an app or website and the person's unique Bitcoin address. Payments are processed and verified by a network of ordinary people with computers running specialist software. These volunteers are called Bitcoin miners. They use high-end computer hardware to crack increasingly complex, mathematical verification problems generated by Bitcoin's source code, its computing DNA. The hardware is expensive, immensely powerful, and uses huge amounts of energy. More on this later. Once a payment is verified, the miner adds a record of the transaction to a shared online ledger. The record includes the sender and recipient's Bitcoin addresses and the amount transferred. Entries into the ledger cannot be amended or deleted. And since everyone's copy of the ledger must match, it makes it extremely hard for someone to claim they have more Bitcoin than they really own, as everyone else's copy of the ledger would contradict them. Miners don't verify one transaction at a time. Transactions are grouped into blocks that have a limited amount of space. When a block is full, a new, empty block is created. Each new block links back to the previous block containing information about older transactions. The blocks form a chain that links back all the way to the very first Bitcoin transaction. This public blockchain ledger provides an indelible, definitive and transparent account of which wallets hold Bitcoin, and how much each holds at any given time, with the receipts to prove it. What is Bitcoin mining? A Bitcoin miner who adds a block to the chain is issued with one new Bitcoin worth thousands of dollars. It sounds like free money, but the investment required to build and run a machine capable of processing a block is significant and increases over time. Around 900 Bitcoins are minted every day. At today's prices, their total value is more than $55 million. The total supply of Bitcoins is limited to 21 million. Once the limit is reached, it won't be possible to mint any more. Also, the reward for mining a Bitcoin halves every 4 years. At the current trajectory, it's predicted the last Bitcoin will be mined by 2140 unless current protocols are changed. How to use Bitcoin? You can buy it, sell it, and use it to purchase goods and services wherever it's accepted. You don't have to spend in whole Bitcoins, each one can be subdivided. Bitcoin payments aren't exactly mainstream, but big names like Microsoft, ExpressVPN and Wikipedia take Bitcoin payments. In some cities, there are even hairdressers and plumbers who accept the cryptocurrency. Many people simply invest in Bitcoin in the hope that it will go up in value. The average price of one Bitcoin was around $13,200 in December 2017. At the time of uploading this video, one Bitcoin is valued at around $60,000. Who can buy Bitcoin? Anyone can buy Bitcoin from crypto exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase. Unless you fork out more than £37,000, however, you're going to be buying a share of 1 Bitcoin. Smaller denominations of Bitcoin are called Satoshis after the pseudonym used by its anonymous inventors. 1 Satoshi is worth 0.00000001 Bitcoin. Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market are unregulated. This means there are no rules in place to protect you from losing everything, and no watchdog to ensure everyone involved plays fair. What do I need to mine Bitcoin? According to Bitcoin expert and journalist Connor Septon, miners need 3 things to succeed: access to cheap electricity, hardware is known as application-specific integrated circuits, ASICs, and mining software that connects them to the Bitcoin network. The most capable ASICs can cost thousands of pounds to buy and run, making them prohibitively expensive for the average person. Is Bitcoin the only cryptocurrency? There are countless other cryptocurrencies, collectively referred to as altcoins. They include well-established altcoins like Ethereum and Litecoin, as well as fledgling altcoins like 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 and Clover. Each currency has different values and rules, but they all follow the basic precepts of cryptocurrency. What are the benefits of Bitcoin? With no intermediary, there's nobody to take a cut of each transaction. Bitcoin is a global currency that's also easier to move across borders, and, as a relatively anonymous currency, it makes transactions truly private. What are the drawbacks of Bitcoin? It's unregulated, volatile, and can't be used as widely as traditional currencies. The amount of energy used globally to make Bitcoin work is also massive. It has the same carbon footprint as the entire country of Argentina, according to Oxford University researchers. This has raised questions about the long-term sustainability of the phenomenon, especially as global economies strive to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions in line with international environmental agreements and associated green targets. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about what Bitcoin is. Do any of our viewers already hold any Bitcoin, or plan to buy some in the near future? Get involved, and let us know in the comments section down below. Interest in the world's biggest cryptocurrency has soared this year, with investors viewing Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and an alternative to the depreciating dollar. The rush led to Bitcoin prices soaring to record peaks. The digital currency is already being referred to as a rival to gold and is establishing itself as a safe haven asset. Welcome back to Finance Basics, your #1 source on YouTube for all your crypto needs. If you're a crypto beginner wondering how to get started in the crypto space, or an experienced hodler and trader looking for that next altcoin that's going to take off, this channel is the one to be subscribed to for the hottest and most insightful content. In this episode, we are going to be taking a look at how Bitcoin became the digital gold. Let's get started. Bitcoin's competition with gold has already started in our mind, the Wall Street bank strategists said in a note, citing recent $7 billion outflows from gold and more than $3 billion of inflows into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. That could mark a new dawn for the volatile digital currency after years as a play for speculators and retail punters. Considering how big the financial investment into gold is, a crowding out of gold as an alternative currency implies big upside for Bitcoin over the long term, JPM said. Bitcoin is likely to outshine gold as millennials become a more important component of the investment market over time, and given their preference for digital gold over traditional bullion, JPM added. With a market capitalization of $575 billion, the Bitcoin price would need a nearly 5-fold jump to $146,000 to match the value of private gold wealth held in gold bars, coins or exchange-traded funds, the bank's note added. JPM strategists said the upside is conditional on the volatility of Bitcoin converging with that of gold in the longer term. Though JPM sees the possibility of current speculative mania propelling Bitcoin to between $50,000 and $100,000, it warned that such levels would prove unsustainable until its volatility levels out. We note that the spectacular Bitcoin rally of the past few weeks has moved Bitcoin into more challenging territory, not only in terms of its positioning backdrop, but also in terms of its valuation, the bank said. Gold has traditionally been the ultimate asset used as a backstop for economies and hedge against inflation. Since the end of the gold standard in 1971, gold has significantly outpaced inflation, rising about 7.7% in value per year. This has been accompanied by a realized volatility of 17. Hence, it is flawed to assume that something considered to be a store of value should have a realized return close to inflation with a relatively low amount of risk. Also, an investment in digital gold does not require extreme views on the economy or fiat currency. If you are looking for a potential hedge against inflation, a collapse in real bond yields, and/or a devaluation of the US dollar, allocating to digital gold could be a prudent step towards better portfolio diversification. So, how much Bitcoin could safely be used in a portfolio? Multi-asset teams use a complex smart mean variance optimization framework to work out how it could fit into a standard and well-diversified multi-asset fund. This looks at 36 different combinations of Bitcoin's risk, return and correlation with other asset classes. Our results are unambiguous. For all 36 combinations of risk-return correlation, our smart optimization allocates the maximum 2.5% towards Bitcoin, says Blockland. This is better than we anticipated, expecting some drop-off as the combination of characteristics worsens. However, based on our impact analysis, for example, that Bitcoin can represent up to 15% of total portfolio volatility, together with the fact that Bitcoin's volatility is currently still well above our highest estimate of 60%, we believe capping the maximum weight of Bitcoin to 1% is warranted. A 1% weight also better aligns with overall portfolio management, including rebalancing. Well, that brings us to the end of today's video, all about how Bitcoin became the digital gold. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin being the digital version of what gold was traditionally? Would you rather have your money in Bitcoin or solid gold? Investors are often looking at alternate cryptocurrencies to make considerable profits by trading in and out of them. However, aspiring traders and investors should always be aware that the market heavily depends on one cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. In this video, we will explain why Bitcoin has so much influence on other cryptos. Welcome back to Finance Basics, your #1 source on YouTube for all your crypto needs. If you're a crypto beginner wondering how to get started in the crypto space, or an experienced hodler and trader looking for that next altcoin that's going to take off, this channel is the one to be subscribed to for the hottest and most insightful content. Let's get started. If you have been following the cryptocurrency market, you might have noticed by now that every time Bitcoin's price goes down, alternative cryptocurrency prices, commonly called altcoins, follow. The opposite is equally true. When the price of Bitcoin rallies, we expect altcoins to go up in price shortly after. But why does this happen? What makes Bitcoin so important that an entire industry follows it so closely? If we made the parallel to stock markets, it would be ludicrous to think that all of the Nasdaq would crash just because of Microsoft stocks, for instance. Bitcoin was the first. Being the pioneer in this new industry has put a lot of weight on Bitcoin's shoulders over the years. However, this has also allowed the original cryptocurrency to cement itself as a sure store of value, increasing its popularity to astronomical levels. No matter what anyone says, Bitcoin was the coin that put cryptocurrencies into the mainstream. The seemingly simple concept behind Bitcoin caught on with the general public, driving its price to the coveted $50,000 plus levels we are seeing today. It paved the way for an entire industry, and today, almost anyone involved in crypto owns at least some Bitcoin. Worth noting is that, to this day, Bitcoin is the only crypto whose creator has remained completely anonymous. Many altcoins are just Bitcoin clones. As a direct result of its increasing popularity and value, we saw a proliferation of Bitcoin clones during the years after its release. For instance, the first altcoin to see mainstream adoption, Litecoin, uses a copy of the Bitcoin code with the goal to become a lighter and faster version of the original. Many other such clones exist, such as Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, and dozens more. While each one tries to become a better version of Bitcoin, most of the time, they just follow its lead. Bitcoin has the most secure network. Bitcoin is based on a proof-of-work mechanism that is ensured by more than 18 million miners participating in Bitcoin's decentralized network, the blockchain. This volume of participants has an effect of a high level of decentralization of the network, ensuring flawless security of the Bitcoin payment system. Many investors regard it as a reserve currency for cryptocurrencies. Because of its pioneering status, investors often consider Bitcoin as the reserve currency of the cryptocurrency market, similar to the USD in the global stock markets. Furthermore, many cryptocurrency trading platforms do not propose crypto to fiat trading due to compliance and regulatory measures of their countries. As such, a large number of investors initially invest in Bitcoin to trade it for altcoins and try to make profits thereafter. Most pure crypto traders never even compare altcoins' prices to fiat currencies. Instead, they compare their value to BTC, as it's the market pair that matters the most to them. As such, it's completely understandable to see the entire market prices drop when Bitcoin's market sentiment plummets. Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency that jump-started the entire industry. This pioneering status has enabled it with a multi-billion user base, which in turn helped skyrocket its price and provide the most secure network in the ecosystem. It's important to understand that Bitcoin often has the final word when it comes to market sentiment. Experienced traders and investors always check Bitcoin before buying or selling their altcoin position. Hopefully, our video has managed to give some light on the reasons behind this phenomenon. Well, that brings us to the end of today's video, all about how altcoins follow Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on how Bitcoin affects the market so drastically? Welcome to Finance Basics. Are you looking for the best possible information to help you get the most out of your crypto journey? If so, you're in the right place. From people who are brand new into the crypto scene to experienced traders, no matter what level of experience you have, we have the content for you. Subscribe now so you never miss out on any of the latest trending news and fresh off the press educational videos that you can take advantage of. Today's video is going to be all you need to know about XRP. Any discussion of XRP must include a brief introduction to Ripple. In news reports, XRP and Ripple are often used interchangeably. Both are actually different. Ripple is the name of the company and network behind the XRP cryptocurrency. The company was founded as a peer-to-peer trust network that leveraged social media. Without any further ado, let's dive into those facts. How does Ripple work? The Ripple network does not run with a proof-of-work (POW) system like Bitcoin or a proof-of-stake (POS) system like NXT. Instead, transactions rely on a consensus protocol to validate account balances and transactions on the system. The consensus works to improve the integrity of the system by preventing double spending. A Ripple user that initiates a transaction with multiple gateways, but attempts to send the same $100 to the gateway systems, will have all but the first transaction deleted. Individual distributed nodes decide by consensus which transaction was made first. The confirmations are instant and take roughly 5 seconds. Since there's no central authority that decides who can set up a node and confirm transactions, the Ripple platform is described as decentralized. Ripple keeps track of all IOUs in a given currency for any user or gateway. IOU credits and transaction flows that occur between Ripple wallets are publicly available on the Ripple consensus ledger. But even though financial transaction history is publicly recorded and made available on a blockchain, the data is not linked to the ID or account of any individual or business. How to mine XRP? Mining is the distributed verification system used by most blockchain-based cryptocurrencies. It both facilitates transactions and provides the mechanism by which new currency is introduced into a cryptocurrency system, typically as a reward to verifiers for their work supporting the network. For example, Bitcoin has a total supply limit of 21 million tokens that are steadily released as more and more transactions are verified. XRP, in contrast, was pre-mined, meaning the XRP ledger created 100 billion tokens that are then periodically released publicly. Ripple owns about 6% of that as an incentive for it to help the cryptocurrency grow and be successful over time. Another approximately 48% are held in a reserve for regular release into the market through sales. Understandably, this has led to concerns that a lot of XRP could be released at once, diluting the value of other XRP already in circulation, because part of what gives any currency its value is its comparative scarcity. How you can use Ripple and XRP. You can use XRP like any other digital currency, either for transactions or as a potential investment. You could also use the Ripple network to process other types of transactions, like exchanging currencies. For example, if you are looking to swap sterling for euros, you could first exchange your GBP for XRP on the Ripple network, and then use those to buy euros, rather than handling the currency exchange directly through a bank or money-changing exchange. This can be a much faster and cheaper approach versus paying the high fees banks and money remittance organizations may charge. 3 advantages of XRP. Fast settlement transaction confirmations are incredibly fast. They generally take 4 to 5 seconds, compared to the days it may take banks to complete a wire transfer or the minutes or potentially hours it takes for Bitcoin transactions to be verified. Very low fees. The cost to complete a transaction on the Ripple network is just 0.0001 XRP, a small fraction of a penny at current rates. Versatile exchange network. The Ripple network not only processes transactions using XRP, but it can also be used for other fiat currencies, cryptocurrencies, and commodities. 3 disadvantages of XRP. Highly centralized. One of the reasons that cryptocurrencies became popular is that they were decentralized, taking control away from large banks and governments. The Ripple system is centralized and goes against this philosophy. Ripple Labs controls the XRP supply. Ripple Labs decides when to release coins, giving it control versus other cryptos where coins are slowly and steadily released by mining. This means Ripple Labs has more power to influence the value of XRP by deciding when and how many tokens to release. Recent regulatory action against XRP in the States. Last year, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed a lawsuit against Ripple, saying that since it can decide when to release XRP, the company should have registered it as a security. Until this gets resolved, it could slow down institutional use of this system. Several exchanges have also stopped listing XRP as a result, such as Coinbase. Welcome to Finance Basics. Are you looking for the best possible information to help you get the most out of your crypto journey? If so, you're in the right place. From people who are brand new into the crypto scene to experienced traders, no matter what level of experience you have, we have the content for you. Subscribe now so you never miss out on any of the latest trending news and fresh off the press educational videos that you can take advantage of. This episode is going to be all about Elon Musk and his relationship with Dogecoin. The internet has lovingly labeled the Tesla and SpaceX CEO as the Doge father, and you've got to love it. Elon has been a force in the crypto world that you cannot deny, with even his own companies being some of the first in the world to accept crypto as payment for their products. Now, let's get into the video about the Doge father. In late May, Musk helped create the North America Bitcoin Mining Council, bringing together some of the region's biggest Bitcoin mining companies with the goal of increasing miners' use of renewables. Bitcoin miners are rewarded with newly minted coins for securing the Bitcoin network and validating transactions, something that requires a huge amount of computer processing power, thought to be more than the whole country of Finland, according to some calculations. In the meantime, Musk has lent considerable support to Dogecoin, a meme-based cryptocurrency originally created as a joke, calling for developers to submit upgrade ideas and agreeing that a suggestion Dogecoin could be used via the Ethereum blockchain is amazing. Musk making tweets about crypto also has a profound effect on the market's prices. The price of one Bitcoin climbed to a high of $41,033 on Monday before slipping back to $40,580, still up more than 12% from its price before one of Musk's tweets. Musk, one of the most high-profile proponents of cryptocurrencies, also said that Tesla sold about 10% of its holdings to confirm Bitcoin could be liquidated easily without moving the market. He announced in May that Tesla would no longer accept Bitcoin for car purchases, citing long-brewing environmental concerns for a swift reversal in the company's position on the cryptocurrency. In February, Tesla revealed it had bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin and would accept it as a form of payment for cars. But the cryptocurrency's production is at odds with the company's mission toward a zero-emission future. Bitcoin fell more than 10% after Musk's tweet in May. He said that he believed cryptocurrency had a promising future, but it could not be at great cost to the environment. In more recent news, Elon has recently tweeted about Baby Doge, a Dogecoin spin-off, and helped to jack up its price by as much as 130%. Baby Doge, a baby cryptocurrency that's only 22 days old, is currently trading $4.0.00000001516. That is to say, it's worth fractions upon fractions of a penny. But its price is also up 549.5% since its inception, according to CoinGecko data. But what is Baby Doge, and how does it differ from the original canine cryptocurrency, Dogecoin? Baby Doge shares much of the symbolism with Dogecoin, but has nothing to do with it on a technical level. It's not a spin-off in that sense. Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency that exists on its own blockchain network, also referred to as Dogecoin, not unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum. Baby Doge is a token that runs on top of another blockchain's infrastructure. Dogecoin is a fork from LuckyCoin, a now-defunct cryptocurrency that itself was forked off from Litecoin. And Litecoin, currently the 14th largest cryptocurrency, came into existence as a fork of Bitcoin. As such, Dogecoin developers work to maintain close proximity to the Bitcoin blockchain. Baby Doge, a BEP20 token, was developed on the Binance Smart Chain. So, in terms of technical design, Baby Doge is more similar to Shiba Inu, SHIB, another Dogecoin knockoff that was recently listed on the biggest US crypto exchange there is, Coinbase. Launched last summer as an ERC20 token on the Ethereum network, SHIB started off trading on decentralized exchanges such as cryptocurrencies are taking the world by storm and really shaking up the way we think about finances and currency in general. It seems like we are seeing a new cryptos coming out every week and some celebrity or rich person backing them. Right now, there is so much that is still unknown about how safe or secure they are. But one thing is for sure. There are quite a few people that have accumulated a vast stock of cryptocurrency to the point that if they decided to sell, they would be billionaires. Who are these people? Welcome to Finance Basics, and today, we'll be presenting our list of the top 10 richest people in cryptocurrency. Before we start, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. You'll want to make sure you're notified of when we come out with a new video, which is often. With that being said, let's get into it. 10. Anthony Diorio, estimated net worth $750 million. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, the name that is usually on the tip of everyone's tongue is Bitcoin. However, in the last few years, another cryptocurrency has gained quite a bit of traction and become increasingly popular. It is called Ethereum, and its owner, Anthony Diorio, has been a huge champion for crypto. He has had an amazing approach, nurturing new cryptocurrencies in the early stages of their lives. Using his influence, he would invest at the low price and promote, making the price go higher and higher. He would then move on to find yet another new crypto, and then would repeat the process. Some of these investments include 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 and 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤. Because of these moves, his crypto net worth is estimated to be somewhere around $750 billion. 9. Brock Pierce, estimated net worth $700 million to $1 billion. Anyone who was a fan of the 90s movie series The Mighty Ducks will recognize the name Brock Pierce. But these days, the former child star has moved out of the world of Hollywood and has started promoting cryptocurrencies. In 2013, Pierce founded venture capital firm Blockchain Capital with partners Bart and Bradford Stevens. Because of the company's investing in various blockchain currencies, he has amassed somewhere between $700 million and $1 billion. He has since left the company, but his investments have only increased in value. So, in the next 5 to 10 years, the numbers quoted in this video will probably be quite outdated. So, keep a close eye on him. 8. Brad Armstrong, estimated net worth $900 million to $1 billion. Remember reading about the gold rush? It used to be said that the people who made the real profits weren't the people doing the digging, but the people who made the tools for the people doing the digging. In the world of cryptocurrencies, the same is true in the case of Brad Armstrong. He hasn't made his fortune so much from purchasing actual crypto. Rather, he created a company that has played a major role in the crypto world for years. His business, Coinbase, is one of the most popular entry points for cryptocurrency trading since it was founded in 2012. It operates in different yet profitable ways. First, Coinbase is where retail customers can actually go in and purchase cryptocurrency using an actual bank account. Second, it also acts as an exchange for much larger traders. Obviously, with any of these transactions, there is a fee involved. These fees, along with some of his own investments, have netted him between $900 million and $1 billion. 7. Tim Draper estimated net worth $1.1 billion. Having been involved with Bitcoin pretty much since it was started, Tim Draper is an example of why it is sometimes wise to start investing early. When Bitcoin was priced at only $6, Draper jumped on the investment, spending $250,000 on the newly formed cryptocurrency. Sad to say though, he lost his entire investment when Bitcoin exchange, 𝐬𝐨𝐬𝐞, collapsed in 2014. However, Draper was not out of the running. Over the years, he accumulated even more, and now has a Bitcoin stash worth $1.1 billion. Today, he is also known as the founding partner of venture capital firms Draper Associates and Threshold. These successful companies also keep some of his investments grounded in cash-in-hand currencies. 6. Matthew Roszak, estimated net worth $1.2 billion. Cryptocurrencies go farther back than some of us realize. One of the earliest pioneers in the crypto market is Matthew Roszak. As one of the first people to invest in Bitcoin in 2011, he has now amassed quite the fortune in cryptocurrencies. He has even gone so far as to claim that he was the first person to bestow Bitcoins to people like Richard Branson and Bill Clinton. Now, his portfolio is worth more than he could have ever imagined when he first invested, around $1.2 billion. These days, Roszak isn't just eating caviar 3 times a day while sunbathing on a yacht in the Caribbean. He has actually worked to start a number of companies such as Blockchain Capital and Tally Capital, who invest in numerous startup companies. 5. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, estimated net worth $1.4 billion. If you feel like you've heard these names before, it's probably because you have. They are known for 2 things. First, they are professional rowers who have competed in the Olympic Games. Second, they are known for suing Mark Zuckerberg, claiming he stole a design of theirs known as Harvard Connect in order to create Facebook. They settled out of court for $65 million. This is the money they used back in 2012 to buy tons of Bitcoin. Obviously today, that has grown into quite a sum, nearly $1.40 billion. A few years ago, it was claimed that the brothers owned around 1% of the world's Bitcoin. In 2015, the pair launched a cryptocurrency exchange called Gemini. Additionally, they have holdings in other cryptocurrencies, such as Ether. 4. Changpeng Zhao, estimated net worth $2.6 billion. One of the richest men in the crypto world is also one of the most famous. Known as just CZ to his friends and admirers, he is the founder of the biggest and most popular cryptocurrency exchange known as Binance. We aren't talking about a small operation here. Binance boasts right around 6 million users and $500 in trading, every single day. It is believed that the size of Binance is such that it conducts around 25% of the current crypto exchanges in existence. Last year, the exchange launched its own token known as Binance Coin, which runs on the Ethereum blockchain. Over the years, he has accumulated a crypto wealth that is somewhere around $2.6 billion. 3. Joseph Lubin, estimated net worth $3.7 billion. We hit on it a little earlier in the video, but aside from Bitcoin, one of the most popular and valuable cryptocurrencies out there is Ethereum. One of the founders of that blockchain is Joseph Lubin. Along with this, Lubin is also one of the major players in the development of Consensus, which helps launch or spin off other cryptocurrencies around the world. There are few things in the world of crypto that weren't in some way influenced by Lubin. In the early years of crypto, Lubin was inspired by an influential paper written by Nakamoto. From this, he believed that by implementing some sort of a shared infrastructure could serve as a principle of organization for the world to follow. Through all of his business dealings and various investments in crypto, it is believed that his wealth is somewhere around $3.7 billion. 2. Chris Larsen, estimated net worth $8 billion. It has always been the hope by every crypto investor that cryptocurrencies would start being accepted as a major form of currency among various companies and even by banks. Chris Larsen has been one of the most influential voices in this push as he has attempted to harness the various cryptos for use by major banks. Larsen is currently the executive chairman and co-founder of Ripple, which uses blockchain technology and is a system for verifying and recording transactions of all sorts of assets, including a currency that he has developed himself. Along with his technological achievements, he has also invested in other tech companies and people. To date, his wealth is somewhere around $8 billion. 1. Nakamoto, $35 billion. The truth is that the person who developed the most famous cryptocurrency of all time is unknown. Some people think it was someone like Steve Jobs. Others go deeper and believe that it was invented by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Of course, these are far-fetched theories. But no matter who it is, users have simply named this mystery person Satoshi Nakamoto. The latest estimates predict that Nakamoto has around 1 million Bitcoin, which in today's money translates to about $34.9 billion, making this person by far the richest in crypto. Do you agree with our picks? Who are some notable crypto millionaires that you know of? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out some of our previous videos for more great content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. All of us have heard of the growing popularity of cryptocurrencies and digital money. However, one thing that has also been gaining a lot of attention are non-fungible tokens. If you're not familiar with what these are, non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, are a new kind of collectible to spend your money on, or potentially earn lots of money. But unlike something like Pokemon cards, comic books, or traditional pieces of artwork like paintings, everything is entirely digital. If you think it sounds strange or shady, don't worry. They use blockchains to digitally record transactions and allow for certificates of authenticity for these digital assets. So, if you've been thinking about investing in some form of digital token, then pay attention. Welcome to Finance Basics, and today, we're going over 10 amazing facts about non-fungible tokens. If this is your first time to our channel, then welcome. Please consider subscribing while you're here. Also, as we're coming out with new videos all the time, be sure to hit the notification bell. That way, you will know when we drop a new video. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. 10. NFTs are not cryptocurrencies. It is easy to confuse NFTs with cryptocurrency. So many of these new marketplaces have been popping up that it's hard to keep track with what is what and how different everything is from one another. In the realm of digital transactions though, NFTs are not cryptocurrencies. There are very many differences between the two. Cryptocurrencies are virtual currencies that use cryptography to secure and verify transactions. Additionally, there are programs in place to manage and control the creation of new currency units. On the other hand, NFTs are a digital or physical asset that has been associated with a unique cryptographic token, and it exists on a specific blockchain network. Their values also vary, but based on different factors. Cryptocurrency value depends on market fluctuations. However, since NFTs are actual items, everything is based on the value of that actual item. 9. Even though they are different than cryptocurrencies, they are just as volatile. Yes, we understand that the word volatile is a bit scary to hear. However, it is a necessary thing to talk about when it comes to investing in anything online. It takes a special kind of person to be able to cash in the hype trains of NFTs. As we just discussed, the values of NFTs are based on the actual value of an actual item. But that doesn't mean that the values can't change. In actuality, they fluctuate all the time, sometimes to extreme levels. You have to be incredibly nimble, alert, and most importantly, have a huge appetite for risk. The majority of people aren't taking risks, and that's okay. It's just incredibly necessary to make sure the proper homework is done prior to taking the leap. Whichever you choose, make sure to use your own good judgment, and never feel pressured into investing in the latest shiny new thing simply because everyone else is. Know what you're getting into. 8. Just because you buy the NFT doesn't mean you own the asset. One concept that exists with NFTs is the fact that just because you own an NFT, you don't actually own the asset. The whole idea of the program is the challenge of ownership. Digital files can be reproduced infinitely, and you usually do not buy the copyright or a license. Think of it like this. One of the most expensive memes ever sold was the 𝐦𝐚𝐬 meme. It went for $590,000. The person who bought the token owns the token, but doesn't actually own the meme. That still belongs to the creator, who held onto the intellectual and creative rights. The owner of the token bought a record and a hash code showing ownership of the unique token associated with that particular digital asset. People may download the meme and use it on social media if they choose, but they won't own the token associated with it. That means they can't sell it as the owner can. 7. There is a huge variety of NFTs to choose from. There's a rule about NFTs. If it is digital, then it can become a NFT. That has given rise to an incredible number and variety of digital items to become available on the various NFT platforms. Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 created his own limited edition trading cards that sold on NFTs for a total of $1.8 million. The band Kings of Leon sold NFTs of their newest album and made over $2 million. Luckily for all of us who aren't insanely rich, you don't have to jump right into bidding six figures. There are multiple NFT marketplaces out there. One of the biggest is OpenSea, where buyers can search for art, domain names, and random collectibles to bid on without having to break the bank. Or, if you're a fan of the NBA, you can check out NBA Top Shot, where you can buy video highlights, similar to how collectible trading cards are sold. 6. The first tweet ever was sold for $2.9 million. One of the most expensive NFTs ever sold was in early 2021. In reality, the CEO and founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, tweeted the very first tweet after setting up Twitter back in 2006. This tweet read, "Just setting up my TWTRR." Later on, he sold this tweet as an NFT for quite a chunk of money, $2.9 million to be precise. Judging by the massive popularity of Twitter, it's not too surprising that the very first tweet got this much attention. The tweet was sold to the CEO of Oracle, 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬, who believed it's just as important as buying the Mona Lisa. He went on to sell it again on a platform called Valuables, which is an online auction platform. It is crazy to see exactly how much a single tweet can go for when sold as an NFT. Ways for collectors and artists to explore their relationship with the artwork itself. It really rings true when you realize that some digital art NFTs have sold for tens of millions of dollars, but we'll get into that a little later. 5. Digital art is a huge thing in the world of NFTs. As with physical collectibles such as Beanie Babies, baseball cards, or toys, there's a huge market for NFTs. Buyers tend to be tech-savvy people who understand the idea of wanting to purchase a digital item. Chances are, they saw success in the world of cryptocurrencies and wanted to expand their horizons. So, they started exploring NFTs. One of the most popular things that buyers are investing in is digital art. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, Chief Operating Officer of the crypto exchange platform OKCoin, said in an email, specifically for art-related NFTs, there is a huge surge in demand due to their novelty and creativity for early artists. Whether it's a physical work with an attached NFT or an entirely digital work, this new medium is opening new. 4. Anyone can create a NFT. But it may not be worth it in the long run. In the free market of crypto, anyone can create anything they want and sell it as an NFT. But before you start racking your brain as to what you will create, you should know that it is a difficult process, it is risky, and it can be very expensive. First, the hidden fees can be prohibitively astronomical, with sites charging a gas fee for every sale. This is the price for the energy it takes to complete a transaction, yeah. You're paying for someone's energy. You also need to take into account conversion fees and fluctuations in price depending on the time of day. But different sites have different fees attached, which is the next tricky part. There are so many of them, and if you choose the wrong one, you may end up being charged more in fees than you make from a sale. 3. The most expensive piece of art sold for $69.3 million. Think about everything we have discussed about NFTs so far. They can be incredibly volatile. Buyers only purchase tokens which are a representation of something. They don't actually own the piece itself. How valuable can it actually be? Well, if you are an artist known as 𝐕𝐵𝐿, then the answer is simple. It can be worth $69.3 million. You did not read that wrong. 𝐕𝐵𝐿 was not very well known before 2021. However, he created a piece of art called 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤, the first 5,000 days, and it went up for auction at the world-renowned auction house, Christie's. The bidding actually started out at $100, but it soon started to go higher and higher. Ultimately, it was sold at the jaw-dropping price of $69.3 million. 𝐕𝐵𝐿 has actually been an artist since May 2007. This picture was a compilation of the first 5,000 digital arts that he created. 2. 𝐕𝐵𝐿 also created a political piece of art that sold for $6.6 million. 𝐕𝐵𝐿's most popular piece of art, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤, the first 5,000 days was his most popular work. But it was a compilation of his works. He did have another piece that also fetched a high price. It was called Crossroads and it sold just days before the massive sale of his 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 piece. But the fact that this was a single piece of artwork instead of a compilation makes the picture even more expensive. The artwork was a political gamble for 𝐕𝐵𝐿 and a response to the presidential election of 2020. When you look at it, the imagery and message is very clear. However, a very interesting fact about this piece is that it was one of two pieces made. 𝐕𝐵𝐿 had two different versions made. One was in case Trump won and the other was in case Trump lost. 1. Many people think this entire thing is just a bubble. A day before his record-breaking auction, 𝐕𝐵𝐿, whose real name is Mike Winkelmann, did an interview with the BBC and said, "I actually do think there will be a bubble, to be quite honest." In other words, he thinks that this entire thing lives in its own world. But the atmosphere is prone to bursting at any moment. It's a valid concern though. How can easily replicated JPGs that 𝐜𝐨𝐵 screenshotted with a single click have a real, long-lasting value? Is this just another pyramid scheme to come out of the world of crypto? The answer is yes. And no. On one hand, the media will tell you that the bubble has burst. A great many NFTs have been losing the majority of their values over the last little while. However, something else has come of all this. It has ushered in a new way of investing and purchasing. While it may seem like a fad now, there's a very good chance that this will be built upon. At first glance, these small, pixelated faces in tiny squares don't look particularly special. Some are smoking pipes. Others have hats. Some are even aliens. But looks can be deceiving when it comes to NFTs. Welcome back to another episode of Finance Basics, your #1 channel for all of your crypto, investing, stock and business needs. From the next hot altcoin that's going to explode, to helpful business guides surrounding finance and investing, we have it all. Make sure to subscribe to the channel now so you never get left behind with any of our breaking news or unmissable content. Trust us, you'll kick yourself if you don't. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what are CryptoPunks. Let's get started. Just owning one of these funny-looking punks could probably buy you anything from a small apartment to a vast mansion. Limited to 10,000, these 8-bit style CryptoPunks are a collection of NFTs that are currently in huge demand. They don't fight, stake, or do anything other than be the little punks they are. CryptoPunks also happens to be one of the first NFT projects to have existed. Who created CryptoPunks? CryptoPunks is the brainchild of New York-based Larva Labs, founded by Matt Hall and John Watkinson. The project began in 2017 as an experiment into the value of NFTs and art, ultimately helping to popularize what we know as crypto art today. They are a type of cryptocurrency, but quite different from Bitcoin or BNB. All 10,000 of the punks are unique NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. 3840 are female, 6039 are male. We also have a few apes, aliens, and zombies in the mix too. A combination of different attributes mixed together makes sure each one of the 10,000 is entirely unique. The punks were initially available and distributed for free. All you had to do to get one was pay the associated Ethereum transaction fee. The popularity of these artworks has skyrocketed since then, along with NFTs in general. Christie's auction house is even auctioning off collections with estimates that run into the millions. This pale-looking alien punk with a headband currently holds the record for the highest-selling CryptoPunk at 4,200 ETH, roughly $7.58 million at the time of sale in March 2021. In the second place, we have CryptoPunk number 7804, which was sold for the same amount of ETH, roughly $7.57 million at the time of sale. The difference is due to rising ETH prices. In terms of NFTs in general, these two are the second and third most expensive non-fungible tokens ever sold to date. Beeple's Everydays, the first 5,000 days currently take spot number 1, selling for $69,346,250. How do CryptoPunks work? At the time of the project launch, the ERC-721 token protocol that is now used for NFTs didn't even exist. Larva Labs had to work with what they had, ERC-20. In a punk fashion, the team ended up modifying the ERC-20 code just enough to produce non-fungible items, acting as an inspiration for the ERC-721 development shortly after. If we look at the token on Etherscan, we can see the max total supply of 10,000. Although the punks show as ERC-20, they are not identical tokens. You can determine the authenticity of each CryptoPunk by hashing its reference image and comparing it to a specific image hash in the token's contract. As the images are too large to be stored on the blockchain, Larva Labs created a composite image containing all 10,000 punks. A hash of this is present in the CryptoPunks token contract. How do you know which one you have though? Well, each punk's token contains metadata that refers to its position in the composite image. For instance, CryptoPunk number 7804 is the 7,804th punk in the large, composite image. Where can I buy CryptoPunks? Along with designing the CryptoPunks themselves, Larva Labs also created their own marketplace on the CryptoPunks website. That's where users make bids, buy, and sell CryptoPunks. You can interact with the marketplace by installing and connecting your MetaMask. CryptoPunks have also made their way onto OpenSea, a leading NFT marketplace on Ethereum. These pixel punks are a little different, however. They have been wrapped into ERC-721 tokens, so that they are tradable on NFT marketplaces. An ERC-721 CryptoPunk can be easily converted back into its original ERC-20 form. The wrapping and unwrapping processes take place on wrapped punks, and can be done with a MetaMask wallet containing a CryptoPunk. While they're no longer unique when it comes to NFTs, CryptoPunks at one time were pioneers in pure artistic value on the blockchain. Unlike CryptoKitties, which has gamification elements, each individual punk is nothing more than a simple image. You can still see their massive popularity with the number of projects directly inspired by CryptoPunks. That brings us to the end of today's video all about what are CryptoPunks. Would any of you guys love to own a CryptoPunk? Get involved, and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a thumbs up and to subscribe to Finance Basics for even more awesome content, just like this. As always, thanks for watching. See you again soon in the next one.